But yeah, on to Sixth Man of the Year, the John Havlicek Trophy. This is one that I heard you say that you don't think that, or you do think it's a close one. It's not like a runaway.
I think it should be. I don't know what the odd, like, I did my list and I was like, okay, what is it? And then I looked at the odds and it like...
Yeah, I haven't looked at any odds for this one, but I would assume Malik Monk would be the... I think, to me, he's kind of feels like, not as clear as like the Tyler Hero one was a couple years ago or last year, but Malik Monk, to me, I feel like, I mean, I would guess Bobby Portis would be another guy.
He's fourth.
He's fourth in odds. Norm Powell.
And this one's just third. And then the guy that I immediately thought of is second.
Who would be second?
And this one's tough because his situation has changed to the point where right now you might not think of him as a sixth man.
Well,
because of an injury.
Is it Naz Reid?
Naz Reid.
Oh, wow. So I thought of him as a candidate, but I'm surprised that he's like second and he immediately came to your mind. That kind of surprised me a little bit.
I also, like, what OKC was last year is kind of what the T-Wolves are this year for me. Like, I've definitely watched a lot more T-Wolves than, like, I thought I would. So, like, I've just seen Naz Reid just be like, there's been a drop-off, but not that big. Like, Naz Reid is just a really good basketball player.
Yeah.
And it's weird because he's, like, shifted as, like, a starter, kind of. Not kind of. He's a starter a lot of the time since Cats went down, but he plays, like, it's kind of a weird thing. Naz Reid was the first guy I thought of.
Is he? Is he a starter now? I thought that
he plays starter minutes. Is it Garza that starts? Do they have?
No, it's definitely not Garza. Garza's usually not. I don't know if he really plays usually.
No, since Cat's been out, Garza's been playing like a lot.
I don't know about a lot. He played a lot in the game against the Nuggets because all three of the centers were out, like Naz Reid, Gobert, and Cat. But I think Kyle Anderson is the guy who slid into the starting lineup as the 4. I think they just didn't.
He's averaging 10 minutes a game over the last 10, so not a ton.
Garza?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think he had that one game he played a decent amount.
He played 22 minutes.
In the Nuggets game, yeah. But Kyle Anderson, yeah, I think is the guy who might have... I'm sure Naz Reid has started some games since Cat has gone out. I'm sure they haven't done the same thing every time. But I think in general, Kyle Anderson has been the guy that has slid into the starting lineup because they want to keep that advantage that they have with Naz Reid coming off the bench. Because that's been a big thing for them, is Naz Reid in the bench minutes against, other team second units. Really lights it up. And Kyle Anderson is like the perfect plug. He's kind of like what Justin Holiday is for the Nuggets. Like a lot of times Justin Holiday isn't even really in the rotation for the Nuggets when we're fully healthy. Sometimes he is, but usually not. But then when we have like some injuries, Justin Holiday just randomly goes from not playing at all to being the starter. Because he's just like, he plays very, very well with the starting unit. And he's like he's just like a very plug and play,
glue
mature
type of,
smart guy. I think Kyle Anderson is like that, obviously to a higher degree. He's more of like a playable rotation guy all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. But the odds are, I guess I could give him for the folks that care. Malik Monk is the favorite at -150. Naz Reid is second at +150. So it's pretty close between those two. And then Norman Powell's a big drop off, +800. And then Bobby Portis, +4,000.
Oh, wow. That's a big drop off for Bobby. Bobby was like literally the second guy I thought of. I don't even know who else I would think of outside of those 4, though.
When I was looking through the rosters, I was like, nobody jumped out except for Malik Monk. I think was the one that even going into the season, everybody's like, that guy's going to be sixth man of the year, probably, maybe.
And he was one of the top finalists last year too. This year it was just different because Tyler Hero was like kind of a juggernaut of a sixth man of the year candidate last year. So it was kind of unfair because he was like their second leading scorer, but he just was coming off the bench.
Yeah, it's like the Lou Will cheat code. Like it's just the fact that it's not the Lou Williams Award, kind of crazy.
Honestly.
I'm just kidding. Because this one's the Havlicek?
Yep, Hondo. But he played for the super stacked team, so he's an all-time player.
That just happened to be a sixth man.
Yeah. So, I think that Malik Monk, though, is like, I think he's a pretty clear favorite to me. I guess I would probably put Norm Powell second.
Really?
Yeah, personally. I don't know. Like, the Clippers, they've kind of started to struggle down the rest of the season.
That's another thing that, pushed me towards the Naz Reid is, the sixth man minutes that he gives are, very valuable for a very, very good team.
Yeah.
It was, also part of, my brain, the cooking of it all.
Mm-hmm. Somebody I thought of very early on in the season was Reggie Jackson, because earlier in the year, Reggie Jackson was amazing. The second half of the year has been pretty rough. He hasn't been terrible, but he's played way better as a starter. Like when Jamal's been out and Reggie's playing in Jamal's place, he plays a lot better. I think that obviously just playing with Jokic helps a lot.
Makes everybody look better.
Yeah. So, and he has obviously more opportunity to do that when Jamal's out. And then there was that one game against the Clippers when Jokic was out as well earlier in the season.
Didn't he have 40?
He had 35 and 13. Had 35 points and 13 assists.
I remember when I saw the thing, I was like, is he on their G League team for some reason? I didn't think that it was the, Reggie Jackson scoring 35 points. Because, I was like, I don't know if Reggie Jackson got, dinged up and they had him do one tune-up G League game or something weird.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
35, no, that was 13, not the case. And 5, I believe. And then DeAndre Jordan had 21, 13, and 5. It was just like they just destroyed.
That's gonna be
the
one of the
Clippers.
most fun games of the season.
It was, honestly.
Just the craziness of that.
My mouth was open, like my jaw was just dropped that entire game. I was like, what is going on?
It's 2011 and I'm watching the Clippers. What's going on? I don't know what's going on. Where's Chris Paul? He's like wearing a Michael Porter Jr. costume. This doesn't make sense.
Yeah, and I think the best stat from that game was there were 6 successful lobs from Reggie Jackson to DeAndre Jordan. They were just spamming pick and roll.
Hold Y on Xbox and double tap Y. Call the pick and then double tap. Anyway, do that with Rondo and Cousins in 2K14 probably?
On the Pelicans.
Yeah. R.I.P. Oh, Rondo. Not R.I.P. He did not pass away. He officially retired.
Oh, did he?
Rajon Rondo did.
I didn't
know. A lot of
see
Celtics
that.
love for Rajon Rondo earlier this week.
Yeah, I bet.